So, hello, and welcome back to Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. Please be aware, if you are new to the channel, I do not sugarcoat my messages and I have no filter. So, for all of you that say,
I want the truth!
Some of you absolutely can and will handle the truth here just fine. Others of you, well,
you can't handle the truth!
At least not yet, and that's okay. I trust when you're ready, you'll find yourself back here liking my videos as a subscriber in divine time. For those of you who are self-aware enough to stay and listen, drop a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. With that said, always take readings how they resonate with you. If you are confused about the message of a reading, I always recommend coming back in about 2 weeks' time and seeing it with different eyes. Most of the time, if you're confused about a reading, you're trying to connect it with a scenario that it's not actually pertaining to. So no matter how tempting it is to listen to this and try and connect the dots to someone else in your experience, understand they're in your experience because of something you are learning through witnessing them to begin with as a divine mirror. So no matter how tempting it is to connect it to someone else, know that I am always reading it to help you better understand yourself and your own healing. Also know, if you look at the image, it represents the 12 houses of your birth chart. Okay, so we all have all of them. If I note certain astrological signs or planets, it's either because that is what is specifically healing in your chart right now or is being recognized in the reading as the area that is healing, or it is being aspected by the different things going on in the current cosmos that's bringing it up. So just because I say a certain sign and it's not your sign does not mean it's someone else. It's most likely a certain area in your chart that's being acknowledged, or it's a certain aspect going on in the current cosmos that is reflecting on the different healings going on in your own chart. Now I'm ready if you're ready. So let's begin. Okay, so these are the full moon in Leo highest good secret codename readings. These readings are purchased by individuals through my Etsy shop and are their personal readings. However, if you are drawn to a secret codename, chances are there's a message in it for you. Okay, this is secret codename 2 of Swords. If you'd ever like your own secret codename, the link to my Etsy is in the description below. All right, so secret codename 2 of Swords. Mind you, when I got the download for this secret codename, that the 2 of Swords would be your secret codename, and I was shown that card. The 2 of Swords is about choices, and most of the time, both choices don't seem that great. In which case, sometimes the choice is then to be patient and choose nothing, right? Instead of picking the lesser of two evils, to actually wait until a choice surfaces that you feel better choosing. Okay. Peace versus indecision, right? Choices made from indecision, not knowing. With that, I did pick from the White Light Oracle cards as guidance for the energy through this full moon in your highest good. Clarified it with a major arcana from the Patch Tarot, and then used the remainder of the deck to pull out some insights for you. Okay. And I want to start with the guidance so that you understand why the cards are the way they are and that you got the guidance you were being given. All right. So we got Bath Call and Epsilon Modulation, card number 8 and 28. The 28 breaks down to a 10. Mind you, we got multiple 8s in this reading, 3 altogether, and 2 additional 10s. Okay. So you might be getting synchronicities with 8s, 1s, and 0s, or numbers that add up to those numbers, right? That kind of thing, in order to remind you of this message. So Bath Call, it says, Eschew complicated explanations as you seek the simplicity of the deepest truth of your heart. Gently but firmly cast aside that which does not resonate as being true for your heart. Focus upon and speak from a higher spiritual perspective. All prayers are answered at the perfect time and in the perfect way. You have a powerful voice which can foster healing and wisdom on the planet and in your world. Bath Call is a mysterious creature. She is an angel known as the Divine Oracle, the daughter of the Divine Voice, the pure and true sound of Spirit. When she whispers to your heart, you feel it as an inner knowing, a truth. To honor that inner knowing likely requires the confrontation of fear or moving in unexpected directions. Even so, the deep resonance of her truth is more powerful than the resistance we may initially feel as we let go of our limited perspectives and allow ourselves to be guided by Spirit. The spiritual voice of Beth Call is always true, always healing, and always in harmony with the higher loving plan of the universal heart, which is working towards the spiritual fulfillment of all hearts. Hers is the healing sound, the voice of divine prophecy, which not only tells what shall be, but through speaking of the highest potential creates a blessing which manifests the ultimate goodness within us. When Bath Call appears in a reading, an inner spiritual call may require a leap of faith. A more authentic, awakened you is coming to life. Paving the way for the higher self to manifest typically means that fear and control-based approaches need to be surrendered. Bath Call's presence indicates something more appropriate and vital needs to supersede the limiting structures currently in place. As a consequence, she is a portent of spiritual transformation and material manifestation. Honoring her guidance requires courage, but brings rich reward on many levels. The Oracle of Bath Call indicates a voice that is true and needs to be acknowledged. Okay. It may be a voice in your own heart which needs to be heard without judgment or censorship. It might be an intuitive inner knowing that needs to be recognized. It can be a loving and helpful voice of a reliable guide or friend whom you know can be trusted. It may be a teaching from a dream or an insight from a meditation or even an inkling that certain happenings or sightings or are signs from the universe to help you on your life path. Bath Call is a clear voice of communication between humanity and higher beings. Okay. This oracle encourages you to practice your power of discernment. Filter ego from heart. If a point of view lowers your vibration, makes you feel negatively about yourself or another, increases your confusion, or makes matters seem more complicated, it is likely to be an ego-driven viewpoint. To consider what you might be able to learn from that viewpoint, you need to settle yourself on a more authentic spiritual ground. Okay? So to help you with that, Epsilon modulation says, gather your energies and go within to regenerate. Let your actions match your inner rhythms rather than trying to force yourself to keep pace with external cues. Commit to your own natural timing and pace. And as you ground and connect to your center, you will realize your spiritual power to be a cause in any situation of concern. You have such goodness and light within you. Let go of shaming or blaming and embrace the spiritual beauty within. Okay. With the High Priestess being the major arcana that was pulled for you, intuition versus doubt, you really do need to trust yourself and trust your soul and trust what you're being guided to. You know, looking at the cards that came out with this, the 8 of Coins clarified by the 8 of Cups, the 7 of Swords clarified by the 10 of Wands, the Queen of Discs clarified by the 5 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups clarified by the 6 of Discs. Like, you need to be able to accept that everything you have, you've worked hard for. Whether it's your financial status, your possessions, your relationships with people, your spirituality and self-acceptance. Like, you've worked diligently for what you have. And there's more to it, right? There's more to it. There's something that almost feels as if it's missing. For all that you have and all of the efforts that you've put in, it feels as if something is missing. And if we allow that feeling of something missing to manifest, it results in other people wanting what you have, which causes a great deal of spiritual pressure on you. Because if you have time, they want your time. If you have money, they want your help. If you have light, right? If you have light and you're at peace, they want your peace. They want to feel it too, which means they might take your peace trying to get peace, right? Not intentionally, but, you're grounded, you know what you're doing, so help me, I'm struggling, and you don't necessarily want to answer your phone or have that conversation right now because you feel at peace, and you don't want to give your peace away and distract yourself with someone else's problems that you can't fix, they need to fix, right? The Queen of Discs wants to give. Everything that you've worked for, you want to give it because you also want everyone else to have it. Unfortunately, when you do that, you deal with having nothing left for yourself. You have nothing left for yourself. You can work hard all week for your paycheck, and by the done, you're paying for all of your expenses and this for this person, that for that person. You don't actually have any money left for you. You might, have created time away from this or away from that to give it to this and give it to that. But when the day is done, you're so fucking tired, you don't even have the energy to take a bath and give yourself time. You want to give everybody what you have so that they can experience what you experience. But by the time you're done, you're not experiencing it yourself. There's nothing left. The 10 of Cups, clarified by the 6 of Discs, comes the prosperity that you feel instead of the deprivation, right? That you do have time for not just everyone but yourself, that you do have exchanges of currency to give others, including to yourself, comes when you acknowledge that sometimes you are guided to give and sometimes you're not. Sometimes other people can get themselves out of the situations that they're in, and it's not your job to guide them through it just because you have the time to guide. Like, you have to discern, right? Beth Call, epsilon modulation, you have to be able to discern time and place. Like, you worked really fucking hard for your peace, and you worked hard for your financial situation. You worked hard for your things. Like, you can't just give and give and give and expect to feel full, because something's going to feel like it's missing. And what's missing is the energetic exchange you have with yourself. It's the energetic exchange you have with yourself. So if it doesn't feel good to leave someone hanging because they need something, and you can give it to them, but giving it to them doesn't necessarily feel good either, right? 2 of Swords. It doesn't feel good either way you do it. Then you have to be able to trust. It doesn't feel good to give because you know they can't give back, and you really don't want to be in these straits because you really do want to see some money save in your account or whatever. Like, if it feels good for you to let your money save in your account, then respectfully understand that Spirit will handle the problems that you can't. It's not guiding you to do it. It doesn't feel good. If it doesn't feel good, it's not Spirit's guidance. You know what I mean? Spirit ain't going to guide you through pity. No way. Spirit ain't going to guide you from guilt. No way. We don't take actions from distrust. We don't take actions from pity. We don't take actions from guilt and watch it manifest beautiful things. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So learn how to discern. That's what's coming with this full moon in Leo for you. It is in your highest good to choose what feels good and nothing more and nothing less. To trust yourself and trust your intuition and not doubt. If you are not guided and it does not feel good to be the solution to someone's problem in that given moment, then don't. Then don't. It results in disappointment. It results in spiritual pressure. It results in feeling spiritually trapped and beholden to other people's crap. You're not responsible for other people's crap. If other people created their crap with their own energy, then they can get themselves out of their crap by improving their energy. They also need to discern. They also need to discern, what is best for them. And you can teach that, you know what I mean? If you look at this Queen of Discs card, there's a golden fish jumping out of the water. It's like you can give a man a fish or you could teach him how to fish. Giving him a fish will feed him for a day. Teaching him how to fish will feed him for generations. So what are you going to do? Are you going to give your energy, or are you going to teach people how to improve their energy and to make better choices? And not sacrifice yourself because they made a choice. And now they're banking on your choice to get them out of it. Like, it doesn't work like that. They got themselves into an energetic pickle. They could figure it out. You're allowed to keep your energy for yourself. You don't have to give it all away. And that's the point of this full moon in Leo for you, the highest good. Right? Secret code name 2 of Swords. I have faith that'll help. I have faith that'll help. Like, you have permission to prioritize your energetic currencies. You don't have to give it just because you have it. You can give advice instead. And when you're done giving advice because they don't want to fucking hear it or they ain't taking it, well, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. I told you how. If you don't want to listen, I can't help you because, knowledge is a currency exchange too. So, thank you very much for being a part of this event. Know that all reviews left in my Etsy shop are always greatly appreciated. Definitely, you can always shoot me a PM too. Let me know how it resonated. My love and support are with you always. Remember to love each other and, most importantly, love yourself. Take care.